Welcome back to 32 Team 2012 franchise. We are in week 10. Week 9 is completed. Gonna kinda go through week 9 pretty quickly here as I'm tired and it's 10 p.m. So we'll take a look at the week 9 scores. This is the first week with my new sliders I'm testing out, and I felt that the games were a lot more competitive. You see a lot more road wins, which I like. I think the games where there's a clear better team, that better team won, and then the toss up games, they were toss ups like Thursday night, Kansas City, LA, where LA gets the win 16-13. Both quarterbacks played poorly. Run game wasn't all there. But Kansas City was first in the division. Now they are no longer first. Nate Kading made all but one kick, and San Diego gets a must needed win to keep their season alive. Broncos Bengals. This is one of the games where the away team won. Denver 24 to 14. Peyton Manning didn't throw any touchdowns. Andy Dalton played all right. What the Broncos did do well was run the football. Two touchdowns from Willis McGahee and Nosha Marino had 40 yards. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis had a good game. AJ Green obviously. Eric Decker, Demarius Thomas obviously had good games like always. 4 sacks from Von Miller. I think he had 4 sacks total on the season. Good game from him. Denver's on a little 3 game winning streak, I want to say. Indy Miami. This score says it was huh, was closer than it really was. It was 34-10, and the defense they I guess they were playing for 50. It was 34-10. This game was never that close, other than when it was 14-10 at halftime. Andrew Luck, really good game. Ryan Tannehill, really good game. Doubles his touchdown total. 3 touchdowns. Actually throws more than Andrew Luck. Really good game from both the rookie quarterbacks. Lamar Miller comes back and doesn't play well. They get 2 rushing touchdowns from the running backs. Bruce Arians is going to be a very hot commodity, as T.Y. Hilton and Kobe Fleener have really good games. Bruce Arians is going to be a really hot commodity as a head coaching candidate. He's doing exceptional things with Andrew Luck as the interim head coach. Um, so yeah, he's definitely going to be a hot head coaching candidate. Then you get the Bills Texans, and yes, 11-6, and the Texans were the better team. They had a bad red zone offense. They kind of stalled once they got past the 50. They lose 11-6, including Buffalo didn't score a touchdown. Houston scored 1 touchdown. They went for 2. They didn't get it. Um, 3 field goals and a safety. Both starting quarterbacks got hurt. They will both be playing this next week. They are both minor injuries, so it's backup versus backup. Arian Foster was really good, but the story of this game isn't the weird score, isn't the quarterbacks getting hurt. It's Shane Graham missing 3 field goals that would have won him this game. 12 or 9 points he left off the board, which obviously 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 is more than 11. They outgained Buffalo. They had no turnovers. I mean, but not great. 11-6, the tough loss. So Buffalo, New England, really important matchup in this Week 10 coming up. Arizona Green Bay game was never close. Arizona scored all their points in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers, Brian Hoyer did play well, but Aaron Rodgers is really damn good. Um, 2 touchdowns from Randall Cobb and Jermichael Finley for the winning Packers. Yeah, this game obviously was never going to be close. Green Bay is a much better football team. Really good team, which will be fighting for the division because we'll get to that later. But then you have Cleveland, Baltimore. Cleveland kept it competitive a little bit. Brandon Whedon throws 2 picks with his 2 touchdowns. Flacco has a decent game. Ray Rice does really well. Trent Richardson did have a really good game. He had a good game through the air as well. 5 catches, 56 yards, so over 100 yards from scrimmage. Josh Gordon caught a touchdown. Who's the other touchdown? Ben Watson. So they're kind of showing life now, but their season's over. I mean, let's be realistic. The AFC's tough. They're 1-8. They're done. They are showing life because they kept it really close. I mean, it is a rivalry game, but two picks from Brandon Weeden. He's not the franchise guy. Detroit, Jacksonville. Jacksonville isn't good. Blaine Gabbert had a really bad first half. I think he had three completions in the whole first half and three interceptions. Came back in the second half, actually played pretty well. Went, I think, like 9 for 10 or something. He played really good in the second half. It was an awful first half. Um, Maurice Jones-Drew obviously did good, but this Jags team not good in real life. They won 2 games. They have one win here. They're not very good. Um, and another loss to fall to 1-7. Chicago, Tennessee. Chicago with a comeback win, down 17-10. And the biggest storyline from this game is Chris Johnson is out for the season with a torn rotator cuff, and he will miss the rest of the year. And when they had to put the ball in the hands of Jake Locker, it didn't result out good because there were 2 touchdowns. Jay Cutler or 2 interceptions, but 9 for 47, and then he got hurt. It was like I think it was the first quarter he got hurt. So it's tough. The Titans are probably going to fall off the cliff, and it's going to be a season of what ifs. What if he doesn't? What if Chris Johnson never gets hurt? I mean, maybe they can, get things together. Maybe they end up being better. And Rob Baranas did miss a kick, so he's no longer perfect on the season as well. Tough game for Tennessee and Chicago. It's a really big win because this NFC North is wide open. Carolina, Washington, upset. The story came out last week that nobody is safe in Washington with the new ownership, the team not being good, RG3 not being everything he was promised to be. He did play really well in this game. I think he threw 2 interceptions, but they weren't really his fault. One was tipped and one was really stupid. It was a mad interception that would never happen elsewhere. But I do think he played really well, and he ran for 100 yards. Cam Newton throws 2 touchdowns. Oops, but yeah, this is a big win. Obviously in real life, Washington was I think they were 1-4. They were like 2-5. Something they were not very good, and they ended up winning the division. They're not going to win the division with Philly in it, but if they rattle off 5 straight wins, finish 9-7, maybe they get in the wild card. Maybe Mike Shanahan saves his job. But we'll see what happens because it hasn't been great under Mike Shanahan in 2.5 seasons. And RG3 did look really good today. Oh no, sorry, Rihulu actually had a really good game, but RG3 amazing. Um, so tough loss for Carolina and a big win for Washington. Mike Shanahan's coaching for his job every week, and they go to 2-7. Tampa Bay, Oakland. This team misses Carson Palmer bad. Terrell Pryor did on the stat line look good, but he only completed 50% of his passes, and like half of those yards came from run after the catch just because how speedy this team is. They were quick, short throws. Trust me, they're going to miss Carson Palmer, and they're going to fall off a cliff. Josh Freeman, a really good game. The Bucks are 7-1. Greg Schiano has his team rolling from Rutgers. I mean, the muscle hamster had 100 yards. There you go. Darius Hayward Bay, 79 yards after the catch. I mean, there was a lot of yards after the catch for this team. Um, and they ran the ball well too. 5.8 a carry for Tyran Jones, and they had a lot of short fields. But trust me, they're gonna miss Carson Palmer. Um, but the Bucks just keep winning. They're 7-1, and they have a firm grasp on the NFC South. Minnesota, Seattle. This is what I'm talking about. The NFC North is wide open. Minnesota cannot rely on Christian Ponder to win them football games. This is what happens. You lose. Although he did throw 3 touchdowns, he had a crucial interception that led to the pretty much it ended the game. It was 28. It was 28-31. The interception. They ended up going down and scoring that dagger touchdown. crucial, and that's just awful. What also sucks is that Leon Washington ran for 255 yards on 14 carries and had 3 touchdowns and had 18.2 yards a carry. That's insane. Leslie Frazier should be ashamed of his defensive performance today, but I still think Minnesota's good, and once they get Adrian Peterson back, they're gonna be really good. Christian Ponder is playing all right football, but you can't expect him to be the guy to make the big play. They were winning so many of these games because they didn't have to get the ball in Christian Ponder's hand in clutch situations because they were leading. He made the easy throws, and Adrian Peterson run, 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 run. Now they can't. Now they get behind against Seattle, and obviously Seattle's a really good team, so those all could be overreactions. But I don't think Christian Ponder is going to be able to win a playoff game if they don't get Adrian Peterson at full health back, or maybe even make the playoffs. Because they still have to play Green Bay, they still have to play Chicago, they still have to play Detroit, and Detroit is pretty decently good. So we'll see what happens with Minnesota. Um, but then we go to New York. New York gets a must-needed win. Down 10-0 at halftime, outscore them 21-3 in the second. Pittsburgh, that's a tough loss. Their season is going to be tough to bounce back from here to make the playoffs. But New York wins. David Wilson, rookie, had 2 touchdowns. Good game from Akeem Nicks. Victor Cruz, I just haven't been able to get involved that much. I try, but I just can't do it. But that's a big win for New York to get back on track, back in the winning ways. And that loss to Cleveland's really going to hurt them. Dallas, Atlanta. Matt Ryan and this offense had 501 yards of offense, but 4 interceptions from Matt Ryan and a pick six. One of those was a pick six. Hurts badly. Still 3 touchdowns, and he's still the MVP favorite. Those 4 interceptions, he still only has 6 on the year, and has like 29 touchdowns, so he's still the MVP favorite. Romo had a really good game. Jaquiz had a good game. Julio amazing. Dez had a good game. Jaquiz, like I said, had a really good game. But this is a tough loss for Atlanta because I'm honestly going to put the division championship out of the book just how well Tampa Bay is playing, and they're 7-1. Atlanta's 4-4, tied for second in the division. We'll see what happens. Philly, New Orleans to end the night or end the week, and it was a fun matchup. 21-20. New Orleans sadly loses, or not sadly, depends who you ask. Mike Vick, those 2 touchdowns at 254. Philly just keeps finding a way to win, and that loss to Pittsburgh is looking worse and worse every single week. Drew Brees, 2 touchdowns and a pick. LaShawn McCoy, the run game wasn't all there. Um, the Saints aren't healthy. They need they won't get Jimmy Graham back, but they're missing Jimmy Graham. He was just such an amazing target. Um, so those are the scores from Week 9, and here's the Week 10 schedule. Colts Jags on Thursday night. Falcons Saints Bills Patriots, which might get flexed. I don't know. But for the Sunday slate, Falcons Saints Bills Patriots Broncos Panthers Raiders Ravens Chargers Buccaneers Titans Dolphins Giants Bengals Lions Vikings 4 p.m. Jets Seahawks Cowboys Eagles Rams 49ers Texans Bears on prime time Sunday night. Chris Collinsworth Al Michaels. And on Monday night, to end week 10, we are officially in double-digit weeks, is Chiefs Steelers. That is going to be ugly and boring to watch and to play. So that is the week. Oh, no, wait. Let's go and look at the awards. That's yearly awards. Weekly awards. Ryan Tannehill, his first Offensive Player of the Week award. Leon Washington, his first Offensive Player of the Week. Barry Church, great game. Von Miller, great game. So that is the Week 9 review and the Week 10 preview. Big matchups. Some really big matchups, including this one. Bills Patriots.